So hello and welcome to Sacrea Cooking, where you learn to cook with creativity and confidence. So today I want to show you how to make a healthy plate, which I think is really important. It's a savory plate, so it's more like lunch or dinner or both. And it's fully vegan, it's really healthy, anti-inflammatory, full of vitamins, minerals, complex carbohydrates, the right protein and the good fats. So this is a really good way to not obsess over certain grams of carbs or protein or whatever, but just volume based. Look at your plate. How much of your plate do you fill with vegetables? How much of your plate do you fill with carbs? To really have a healthy diet. I'm not saying you have to do this all the time, and I'm saying again, as always, listen to your body, obviously. I made a PDF with a good overview about this, so you can click the link down below and you can download it from my website. And yeah, let's get into it. So let's start with the leafy greens. Leafy greens are vegetables such as all kinds of lettuce, all kinds of cabbage, kale, something like spinach. So yeah, any type of leafy vegetables that are not always green. Sometimes they're purple, but usually they are not as calorie dense, but they're full with vitamins and minerals. And it's really good to add volume-based, a big chunk of that onto your plate. So I would say around 30% is really good with those. Then you have other vegetables that are more like, they are root vegetables or pumpkins. And those are more calorie dense, those are more dense in general, those are harder to chew. They have loads of fiber, which is really important for your body. And lots of minerals, vitamins obviously, and complex carbohydrates that really fill you up. And I would say this should be more around 20% volume based. So like around 50% of your plate should be vegetables. That's really perfect. And then we get to the next part, which is carbohydrates. And there it's really the best to eat them in their most raw form possible, as in whole grains. So like whole grain rice, whole grain millet, quinoa, buckwheat. They fill you more, they have more minerals. They are gonna keep you full much longer than the white types of like white rice or white flour, any type of thing. It's best to eat them as raw possible. Of course, like let's say you want to eat pasta, it's better to eat whole grain pasta, but it's still a processed food. Then if you eat bread or you make your own bread, the flour is processed, but if you make it yourself, you add a lot of whole grain. So as whole grain and as unprocessed as possible is best. And yeah, for this I said normally the best would be around 25%. Of course, that heavily depends on how much you work, how much you're physically active. I tend to increase that just naturally, the way my body feels when I worked physically, so there I eat much more than 25%. And when I'm really idle and just sit in front of the computer, it's maybe even less. So that really depends on your energy uptake. Yeah, and then the next thing is the protein. Yeah, so the protein, vegan protein would be beans, lentils, peas, mushrooms as well. Bear in mind that mushrooms, if you look at volume-based, mushrooms have much less protein. If you look at the volume, so if you eat mushrooms instead of beans, you should add much more. I know that there's a lot of people saying that you need a lot of protein, or you need to add up on the protein, you need to add super protein rich in your diet all the time, otherwise your muscles won't grow. I don't agree with that. I don't think you need that much protein. If you look really deep into studies, not studies that are paid by companies that profit from you buying powders, but really more independent research and people, and you really see you don't need that much protein. So I wrote down 0.8 gram per kilogram. If you train a lot, maybe you can raise it to 1. No one needs loads of protein in every meal, plus powder, plus I don't know what. So eat your proteins, but don't overdo it. And then we're coming to fat, which nobody should be afraid of fat. Fat is really important for our body. It makes things delicious, it enhances the flavor. If you use non-inflammatory oils such as olive, coconut, avocado, or you add nuts in your meal or seeds, that's the best thing you can do. And I wrote down 5%, so that's roughly like having a nice sauce over your salad, or just adding some olive oil over everything at the end. And yeah, or having an avocado on the side. Three things: don't take it super strict. It's an estimate of how your body would function best. Obviously, depending on what your body needs at that time, and you should always listen to your body. And yeah, if you introduce that, I'm sure you will feel better, have more energy. So the PDF is in the description, and I hope you will have a look at it. And next week I will show a multitude of recipes on how you could construct those kind of meals. Okay, so see you next week, and bye bye!